Hello, my name is June Adler. This is my studio, and I work in many different mediums. It's watercolor, oil, acrylic, collages, jewelry, gourds, plays, and poetry. So I was going to start this out and read you a little sample of my work. This is a book I had published. It's called Stranger in the Attic, Wickedly Humorous, Sensuous, and Slightly Horrific Glimpses of Life. And there are 21 short stories in here. And I'm just going to read you a couple of paragraphs of this one called The Arrangement. Andrew was tall, distinguished, and at 82, 60 years my senior. We met at a bookstore between the self-help and the religious section. Andrew had three older brothers whom he was very close to. Jeremy 91 years, Webster 87, and Leonard 85. The four bachelors shared a lovely mansion. One day Andrew came to me with a proposition. Marry me, he said, and you will eventually inherit not only my estate, which is quite considerable, but those of my three brothers whose lives would be enriched by having such a fine woman in the house. You will have your own room, he said, and no intimate favors will be expected of you. Your only duties will be to manage the house and servants and to dress in a strapless evening gown, acting as hostess and conversational companion to my three brothers and myself at each evening's candlelight dinner. Depressed and down to my last $20 bill, how could I say no? So that's a sample of that. And I also have done two DVDs. They're like short black comedies. One is called Don't Blame Alpine Inez, and my sister stars in this. She's a very sweet woman, but in this she's mean and gets into all kinds of trouble. And the other one is The Librarian, which is based on one of my plays. I play all six parts, 3 men and 3 women. And we had a reception and no one knew that they were all me. So I thought that was a success. The Alpine Inez one is based on a series of cards that I sell at our gallery. Like one is called Alpine Inez Buries Her Lover. Alpine Inez Captures Marfa Light's Alien. And Alpine Inez Hogties a Tourist. So I also work with gourds. I work with inks. This is faux gold foil. Add a little topping to them. And this one, I've used beads on the top. And those are just examples of the variety of gourds I do. I also do some beadwork and a variety of other things, but right now I've been mostly doing wire wrapping. Here are some of the designs. I just make them up as I go along. I don't have any plans when I do them. As I said, I don't know. This one started out with 4 pieces of wire, or 3 pieces of wire. And the middle piece, I wire wrapped and folded it back. So that's going to be where the cord goes through. And this piece right here was this side. And I haven't decided what to do with the one up here yet. So I'm just going to, I'll do a couple more of these stitches right here. So I'm going to add a bead now. So I've decided I'm going to wrap this a couple times around the middle wire here. Just to hold it in place. Now, I'm going to run the bead through here. And then I'm also going to run it through this middle wire. Now, I'm bending these out so I can move the bead up a little. And just kind of form it around the bead. Let's see, and then I'm going to wind it around the bottom to hold the bead here. This isn't any particular, it's just, as I said, I make it up as I go along. So I'm just holding the bead in place, and then I'm going to, when I get down a little further, I'm going to start weaving the three together again. You can see. Now I'm going to start kind of weaving these. Well, let's see. First, I think what I'll do is this. Let's see. I'll put it around to all three of them. Let's see. It's like weaving. Now let's see what I've got here. I can just make this in kind of a little shorter. I'm going to go back in here and kind of finish off this piece of wire, wrap it around this middle one, just to hold it in place. And then I think I'm going to decide what to do. I'm going to pull this one around and hold where I'm putting my cord through in place with this. I might also bring this one around. This one is going to probably go this way. If you use thinner wire, it's not as hard on your fingers, but okay, so now that's, we could put a cord through that. I might even put this through here for now. Let's see. might move some of, put another little shape in. Okay, I'm just going to trim this. I could keep wrapping it around, but that would take too long for this one right now. So I'm just going to put a black cord in. You could put a chain or whatever. And usually I just knot the ends. When I do collages, I also don't have a plan for them. I just start cutting or tearing pieces, placing them on, my paper until I get a design that I like. I might add metal or a wire or anything, and I might let them sit for a day and then go back and decide if I want to add something else. Might draw around the pieces. So it's also just no planning, just doing what feels good as far as what I like.